We're good now.
Damn, you getting fired tomorrow.
I know. I am.
Hey,
getting
Kyle's
fired
here.
tomorrow, dude.
Kyle's here. Somebody move him.
I'm getting fired, bro.
Yeah, I got told Kyle to jump in Discord.
Is that who you're on the phone with?
No. My girlfriend called. But Kyle reached out to me.
Hey, what's up? I didn't even know you were having a conversation. I just messaged Hutch.
Yeah. We were talking about.
Yo, don't fire me, Kyle, please. All right.
Yo, you hear me?
I won't be fired.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm kind of having a hard time seeing, but it's all good. Doesn't matter as long as you send me.
So,
Lisa, I have a hard time seeing.
I'm sorry?
Try to double jump real quick.
Okay.
In this house.
Well, I think Stomach wanted to talk
you
to him.
trip
He's
yourself.
close to getting processed.
Trying.
See now or no?
Let's let him
we gotta
open it up with him.
Get this shit over.
See what's pretty
I can
easy
kind of
with
see.
Kyle.
I mean, as long as I can, I can see enough.
I was
As long as you
shooting
send me
the,
Ragucci, right? I
The
think.
people at the yacht today.
The two
Alright,
people.
so-
that
I see your
were
gun
on the
floating
yacht
on your
with
back.
only one person with a gun on
Try to look through your eyes. Will you be able to see
And there was
me
no
now?
one to
Yeah.
back
It's the
them
same,
up or
it's the same.
anything
I think
like
it's just
that.
a
Like it
little
was
jank.
just them by themselves. Like no
you
opportunity
move.
to attack us or like
So-
really even shoot
Give
at
me
a
one more.
hostage at all.
Yeah.
I could understand if there were people still in the hangar and stuff like that. That's why we waited for him to like run someplace else before we did anything.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't
said,
really.
Jared's-
I think breaching's always kind of tough for people. But
Alrighty,
like,
so you ready for your charges?
if cops
Yes.
literally didn't breach at all, then
so you're
it's
looking
like,
at times 2 attempted murder,
it would be
class
kind of
2,
boring. Like I
and
think getting
crack.
breached every once in a
80
while. I mean,
months
it's not
and a
like breaches happen all the time.
$9,375 fine.
I think if people get breached every once in a while, it kind of like changes up the meta a little bit, makes things a little bit more interesting.
E?
I mean,
Well,
I feel
I
like
think
if you're
it-
going to breach, isn't that like maybe you give
Yo,
them some
hello?
warnings that it's a possibility that it happens? If it's going to be like that, you should give them that opportunity to be able to respond properly, in
Hey,
my opinion.
hello?
Yo, sorry about that, boss. Yeah, send me
Why
away.
would I
I'm
give
guilty.
them a warning if I'm about to shoot
Okay,
them in the
I'm
face
just making sure.
at a robbery?
I mean, what makes it within your right to just decide you get to shoot someone in the face in those situations? I don't get that. If that was
Well,
me on the
like,
other
so-
end of that, maybe I had another set of RP planned for that took me an hour and a half setup. You just decide that you don't know that, but you just like, it just so happens to be the time you decide that, hey, this is a good time to do a breach because it doesn't
Let me
happen that
send you up.
much.
Well, no, that situation was a little bit different.
What was
There's
different?
only 2 people robbing a yacht.
It was 4.
Like, that was only 2 that we saw.
It was confirmed by her that there was 4.
No, the 4, she was counting her, the guy, and the
Alright,
2
I'm sending you
hostages
for
when
50
she was
months.
asked.
Yeah, but it wasn't confirmed whether that was true or not by her until you shot her.
What do you mean? She confirmed it herself. She literally said to us, it's the 2 people. It's us, the guy, and the 2 hostages, Summit.
Nah, I don't think that's the case, to be honest with you.
Literally, that's literally
Maybe
what
I
she
missed
said.
that. Maybe I missed that part. But I believe before she even answered Brian's question of, are you including the 2 hostages, she was telling you to get off the boat and then got shot.
Okay, that's not what I heard.
That's what I heard.
That's what I said.
That's what I heard.
We
So
all
we're
were.
gonna, like,
I said
pull
that
apart
we were all.
like every single like RP scenario. Like it's.
I mean, think about it though. You don't value someone's time enough to
Look,
see if one, they
I
have more
do-
RP
like,
intended.
I
Maybe they just got
value
off the
everybody's
train
time,
after.
actually.
Maybe they were on the train for 4 hours, took 2 hours to set something up, and it was shut down right there because you happened to just make a decision at a weird time.
at a weird
That's like
time. I mean,
at a weird time, meaning
they're not-
whenever the
they're not
fuck you
taking their own
want, right?
robbery seriously from my point of view.
Why? I don't understand that.
I mean, it just doesn't seem like I mean, you can talk about like so. All right. So what
I mean,
is,
so you
like,
expect-
the big issue?
I mean, you
Like,
expect every
I'm
robbery to
trying
be
to
big, some big esports robbery. You know what I mean? Where everybody has to cover all their angles. If cops, I mean,
No,
I
think,
can
like-
recall, I
think,
can
like,
recall
when you get
numerous
outside-
times. Okay, go on.
No, I think like when you get outside of like doing fleckas and like Bay City and stuff like that.
Fleeka's
stuff's
pretty low
kinda,
tier,
like,
by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like that stuff's low tier, right? I don't really care about like breaching that stuff unless like they, you know, but when it comes to something like a yacht or a vault, I feel like it should kind of be taken somewhat seriously.
No, I mean I don't get it. What does it matter whether they're robbing a yacht or they're robbing a Fleeka or if they're in a store or if they just have somebody hostage in the middle of the road? If somebody has a gun to somebody's head, your priority should be to get that person out alive. Her
You
gun
did.
never left the back of her head.
I mean, we got her out alive.
Well,
But here's my thought process too. I can recall numerous times where Chang Gang has had a cop held hostage in the middle of a street where cops had 360 degrees all around us, but yet we will get farther than that lady did.
So do you think like all right, so here's what I'm hearing. Like, do you think that I selectively chose to shit on them?
No,
As
I'm saying
opposed to,
that it's
like-
not your decision to just randomly decide, hey, I want to breach here. And just be like, no decision, thought process put
I
into
mean,
how
I
much
have-
time they put into it, nothing.
No, I have a pretty consistent criteria.
So I understand. Maybe your resume says you're good at your job, but why random? Why do you decide
I mean, like,
randomly?
I have
Like
a
just
consistent.
I mean, you just recently said to us, admitted that, hey, they don't happen very often. Breaches don't happen very often, so it's
Yeah, they
just
don't.
boring. So I
don't
decide
happen.
to do it. Yeah, but you
Well,
just
no, I mean when it has to be the criteria has to like be met for a breach.
yeah, but
in
you
my
didn't even
opinion.
know the criteria. You decided on the beach before you got to the boat that was the criteria.
No, I didn't. I mean, I pretty much well, that was actually all right. I'd have to rewatch the thing to know what I said because a lot of times I joke about breaching people, but because it's whatever. But
Well,
that
my thing
one-
is, like, let's say hypothetically, it was the person just sitting in the middle of the road with a hostage, and they have a gun on their head. They're like, "All I want's a getaway car." Would you shoot that person, or would you give them the getaway car?
all right, say it again. My bad.
If somebody's sitting in the middle of the road and they got one hostage, they got a gun on their head, they're like, "Look, all I want's a getaway car and free passage." Would you shoot them, or would you give them the getaway car?
Yeah, because I don't have to end up waiting 20 fucking minutes for them to hack a yacht.
So wait a
So-
second. The alternative is have all three of them at the front holding hostages, and then have one guide make you take 45 minutes to do a yacht.
I thought most people can do it in 12.
Well, I guess not everybody's the same. And why would
I
it be
thought groups
faster
were
if
6.
there was 3 people? You know, I mean, maybe they're doing it with 4. Does it matter?
But what I'm pointing out is the excuse you're giving is it's because you had a clean shot and you did save the hostage. But there's plenty of scenarios like the guy in the middle of the road where you would also have a clean shot and you could have saved the hostage, but you don't. But you decided to do on this because you decided that the boat is more valuable than the hostages' lives than it would be in something smaller.
Not to
The
mention, why
boats-
is your 30 minutes more important than their hour and a half that they're going to spend after that? You know what I'm saying? It's just, you're wasting their time too, right?
I don't give a fuck about my time or anyone else's time.
But you just said that though. I'm only basing this off what you said. You
I'm
literally
just
just
saying
said
I,
I
don't
have to waste
wait
30
15
minutes.
minutes for them to hack a yacht. You know, like
Well, you don't care about your time.
I mean, yeah, I don't really.
So
But
why
if you
shoot
just
'em?
like bring me
I'm
in here to
confused, man.
like ambush me because like I don't really understand
I mean,
I tried to tell you.
like I don't. I'm gonna be
saying
honest
what
with
we
you. I don't
see.
give a fuck what either one of you think about like anything. If I'm being honest, like I
Okay.
like you guys, but I don't care about your opinion.
Okay.
But
I
so
understand.
the reason why the breach was chosen is because it's just kind of like it's one person with 2 hostages. There's not really anything they can like do about
but you
it.
didn't know that.
I did know that. We confirmed it. We didn't see anyone running in the back. We just saw one guy running around. We worked off what we had. We were watching the back. We had three shooters with me in the boat. Actually, 4 shooters. 3 or 4. I'd have to rewatch with me on the boat. And so why? Let me ask you guys a question. Why is this like such a big deal? Like this particular situation?
Because
Like-
I think someone who's been around the RP scene a really long time should know that if that's the right play or not, if you're wasting someone's fucking time or not.
That's not
That's
why
just-
though. That's
that's
not why. I
just-
didn't do it because they were wasting my time.
Yeah, you
I
did it
don't really
because
care.
breaches don't happen
I
that
sat at a
often,
yacht
and then you
for
just decided
25
that they
minutes the other day.
should.
Because well, the last time I was at a yacht, there was 2 people with 1 hostage, which
Yeah,
you know,
I understand.
and like 3 people running around the yacht, or 4, or maybe 2, which is like fine. It's whatever. At least I had someone to talk to. And then, you know, the one person wasn't really interested in like dialogue or really anything. They just kind of wanted to stand there with their gun to the hostage. It was only one person holding a hostage. It was like there was no apparent like defense. Like once we took out that person, like it was just we could get them right onto the boat and just get them out of there and hunt the guy down on the boat.
Anytime someone has a gun to somebody's head, you should respect that in RP.
Yeah, I think most of the time.
That's RP 101.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't do that, you could breach every time.
I mean, technically, we were supposed to breach the what's that thing? The Bobcat. Yeah,
But
technically,
this
we were
time
supposed
is
to-
different because I guess
we
you felt
never
like your
do.
time was wasted, which is fine. I mean, if that's your
Don't
reasoning,
put,
you know, it is what
Judd,
it is.
look, don't put words
That's
in my
not
mouth.
what he
okay?
said, man.
It's not what I
That's
said
not
at
what
all.
he said.
You
Relax,
literally
man.
said
Okay.
that you didn't
Judd,
want to
seem
sit
like
and
you're a
waste
little
2 minutes of
upset.
your time.
Relax a little bit.
I'm not upset.
Sound it. I'm gonna be honest.
But
with
you
sound a little
said
upset.
no. You said that you didn't want 20 minutes of your time wasted. You said that.
No, I think I mean I don't really. I said it's one is either going to take up 20 minutes. Like it's like okay. Here's the thing, right? I don't really give a fuck about breaching, shootouts, chases, whatever. Like I just like to have good dialogue with people do funny shit. All right, I'll give anybody the time of day on anything. My bad, I had a throat loss.
She wasn't entertaining
All right.
enough now.
So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like I'll give anyone like the time of day or whatever, but it's like I feel like a yacht is all right. So where do you see a yacht on like in terms of robberies, like Summit, Judd, Hutch? Like a yacht's pretty high up, right?
It's probably
Like a
after Polito.
It's after like an upper vault, right?
I don't
For-
see any of them in any
for
tiers. For
progression?
me, every scenario is their own.
Okay, this is why you don't play cop. All right, so I'm just asking. So where do you see like in terms of like heist progression?
I said
Like,
I
where's
see
he
it in
got?
between Polito and Vault, but I mean it could
Okay.
be after Vault as well.
All right, perfect. Like, so like, I actually would kind of agree with that. I feel like it kind of makes sense. So don't you feel like kind of, you should probably like take it a little bit more seriously, right? Than just having like one person with a hostage and then just another guy just kind of running around, like just doing the job. Like, doesn't that seem kind of like just like min-maxing at its fullest?
I guess the yacht's a little bit
like how-
different
like-
because there's not really much information you guys have on Vault besides their word. You can't
I
get
don't
into the
really
door,
know.
breaching the door. You don't know who's where. So
And
breaching's
like I
more
said
difficult.
before, whenever
complete
she was
open space.
explaining, and when she was explaining, man, like, bro, number one, she was on the radio more than she was talking to us. She was just
Yeah,
a
so I'm just
mouthpiece
like,
for
so
whoever
out
was
of
in the
curiosity, it's
back.
like I understand like you want to up the difficulty, but it's like
Well, it's not
I
about
feel like
upping the
it's like this
difficulty,
is like esports level RP here. You sound like X. X was talking to us about how like, yo, if she didn't want this to happen, she should have tucked herself into a corner and blah blah blah. Or they could have had 3 people at the front and then only one person
Oh,
working the job.
Well, I definitely would have taken that a lot more serious. I'm like, also, like a lot of cops kind of like hate going to like robberies and stuff like currently, right? So basically that means I have to go to like every one when I'm around. Like I'm always down for dialogue and talking to whoever. But like it's kind of hard to when you have someone standing literally in the opening, right? There's just you can clearly see through the back. There's no signs of any other people involved. Like you could say it's NVL to shoot them, but isn't it almost kind of also like NVL to not shoot that person and get those hostages off the yacht like they're an active threat? Maybe not NVL, but
But you could say
Okay,
that with
let's-
90% of situations.
well, sometimes, but not really.
Most situations where they have a hostage, you can have a clear shot.
But you're generalizing what happened in most situations.
This is a
What
certain
happened
situation.
in this situation is what we're fucking talking about.
How many
is
vaults
that
have you
there?
guys breached that were 2 men?
Let me.
Oh, I've only breached 2 vaults, I think. And that was
Have
because
there
they
ever
shot a
been-
hostage each time.
Yeah. So have there ever been 2-man vaults? Because I've never attended a vault robbery where there is only 2 people robbing the vault.
Ask X, brother man.
I've never. I hardly ever get to like actually mess around and arrest X. Like very seldomly do I.
I guess he's just
I don't
really
think
good.
I've ever. I don't think I've.
No,
I'm not
I
trying to
actually
be-
don't play in a time when he's around. So I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. In my time zone, I don't really see a lot of vaults because they're usually already hit. Because I kind of get up like some time before that tsunami.
What I'm trying to say is that we're generalizing this into every single scenario. Within this given scenario, we roll up, and you guys are right. Whenever before we even got on the boat, Kyle talked about it being a breach, right? But how many times do we talk about shooting cops or something else, and then we not follow through?
It's pretty
Like,
much the
it was-
equivalency of that, out of all honesty.
He says that kind of shit all the time, and I'm not defending him. I know people are like, "You're defending." I'm
Yeah,
not.
but you guys also shot her before you even got information out of her, or all the information. So to say that you had the whole boat like cleared and stuff like that, you didn't actually know if you did. You weren't actually sure, or Brian
How are we
wouldn't
going
have
to
asked.
clear the
The
boat?
boat's pretty
How are we
visible.
going to clear? How are we going to clear the inside of the
That's
boat?
why
then? Or
you can't.
want us
If
to
you
go
can't
in-
get the information, then it's almost like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do it because we don't have all the information. Don't you think? If you were in a real life hostage situation and you can't see all the way through that boat, you really think you take the situation in your own hands right there and shoot them right there? You don't have any
To be
information on
fair,
the boat.
we could see a good bit, and we know the layout.
There could have been a
by
guy on the
heart,
left
but-
and the right side that just weren't saying anything, right?
Yeah, there could have been.
There could have been. If that is an option, if there could have been, I just don't see that as a value life situation. At that point in time, when you reevaluate, you didn't even wait for her answer. Brian asked her the question.
She wasn't. I don't remember the situation. I assumed like you watched the situation. So
Yeah.
I wasn't. I don't really. Remember.
I just don't get how you guys can just be like, you know what, we probably shouldn't have done it. It was a bad call. It is what it is. You know,
I don't think it was a bad call.
Okay.
I mean, what? We want me to lie to you? I don't think it was a bad call at all. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. You can laugh at me all you fucking want. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, you guys just shot her. We handed her gun to the back. It's just not
I
esports.
did. I
That's
shot
all
her.
I'm saying. I'm just saying it's not esports.
Fucking funny.
What I'm saying is within the
Don't you get stores all the time and shit called on the at all times throughout the day as a cop?
The word like store robberies?
Yeah. Like no, just robberies. Period. Just shit going on at all times as a police officer.
Just 90s
you guys
in
always
general,
get handed content to you, basically, right? I feel like there should just be at some point there should be a thought process on like, hey, this content's being handed to us. Let's see where it goes. Not let's end it right here, right now, because I see an opening.
I mean, here's the thing though. We don't breach a lot.
Yeah,
And I feel
exactly
like
my
that was,
point.
like-
You decided that, hey, we don't breach a lot. Let's just do it right here.
Well, I felt like it was a good. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I feel like we're gonna be like pretty stuck on this. Like, I don't feel like I'm wrong. You feel like you obviously feel like I'm wrong. All right.
I mean,
which
if
is
this
fine.
isn't wrong, there's a lot of situations that should be, I guess would be right. I don't know. I can't even think of a situation that's much wronger than this.
Same.
Okay, then you guys can player report me if you want. Like, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, if you have such a strong disdain for it, then I don't really know what to tell you besides that, because there's literally nothing wrong with that.
I mean, what's the
whatsoever.
job of a police officer?
Obey and survive.
How about de-escalate situations?
You're talking to the wrong guy. That's what all the other cops on the force are for.
Yeah, I guess so.
That might be the problem.
Judd, why don't you come play cop then? Summit, you can play cop too. Like,
I
Yeah,
tried.
I
They
mean,
won't make me one.
I feel like you guys
Why
are doing.
not?
I feel like you guys have enough people in the force, though. You know, it's not like I'm gonna change anything. You're put in a place of power for a reason,
not
right?
enough.
I would do it, but every time I do, they're all they're doing the academy later on. Keep blah, blah, blah.
Well, I have no say in that. I never heard your name brought up one time, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, funny how that works.
I mean, it just means you're not messaging me. I don't know who you, so I don't know who you're messaging.
Oh, I'm not
I mean,
blaming
one
you.
person. I know. Well, one person certainly can change something. I think that's a wrong mindset to have. Like, you guys could easily come around and be like, "Hey, let's do it."
Well, I
this
mean,
way.
maybe I
Let's
just
be
don't feel
different."
like it deserves. I mean, maybe we don't. You don't have to change everything in character, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why we're having a conversation.
What? Huh? I don't understand what you mean by that.
I mean, you don't have to handle everything on like your character. You can have you can handle. That's why admins get certain things about certain situations. That's why rule changes happen, right? That's why a lot. I don't understand like with a problem with handling it right here on Discord. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I think a lot of other people would. I mean, I don't care. I'll talk about anything. I don't give a shit. Listen, here's the thing, right? I respect your opinion. I don't have anything against either one of you. Like, you guys sound like you have a little bit of an attitude, and like, you guys sound like you care a lot more than I do about the whole thing. So I think that both of you guys are pretty fucking compassionate. You know, you're passionate about it.
We know if it would have happened to us, how aggravated we would have been.
Yeah.
All right, then you can maul about it on your streams for content. I wouldn't give a fuck. Do it.
We know.
All right, guys. Well, this was a great conversation.
I mean,
I think that's kind of where
I
we're
see
at.
it from both sides. I see it from both sides.
I mean, I see it from both sides too. I'm not trying to
It's,
be a prick about it, but I
I
feel like
think
you guys
it-
don't really want to have a conversation. I feel like you more so like kind of, you know, want to make snarky fucking comments and shit. Like, you know, like you guys kind of think your opinion over anyone else's opinion. What you guys think is right is all that's right. And I'm here to tell you that I'm not one of the ones that's going to agree with you because I don't care. Like, I will tell you this, like, I think your opinion's okay. You're entitled to it. But from my standpoint and understanding of role play, I think you're wrong. And if you actually want to have a conversation about something, or if you want to kind of like, you know, be pricks about it, which is, you know,
We're not.
I mean,
getting
I can do
anywhere.
the same thing to you, but I'm not going to do that. I actually like all you guys, but I'm probably not the best one to drag into a conversation because I'm not going to take your bullshit.
I don't think we've been pricks to you.
Judd, you're the biggest prick in here. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Your
You know
little
what I
snarky
really
ass
like,
comments
Kyle?
with
You
your
know what
little
I
shit.
really like, Kyle?
No, don't fucking try and say all that shit you say and make those weaselly little fucking comments looking for KEKWs in Summit's chat, motherfucker.
Oh,
It ain't gonna
Lord.
work on me. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
You know, Kyle, you know what I really like, brother?
It's an I don't give a fuck moment.
I really like these nuts on your tonsils.
Perfect.
Mad love. Mwah.
Hey, Kyle, when's the last time you've ever admitted you were wrong on anything?
All
Oh,
the time.
gosh, let's not start, guys.
All the time. I was wrong about a lot of things.
Here we go.
You okay?
Why don't you tell me one time I should have admitted when I was
Right now.
Excuse me, when I was wrong. I don't think I'm wrong.
Well, we know you don't think. You know, Charles Manson didn't think he did anything wrong either.
Gotcha. Here we go. More kind of childish comments that I don't give a fuck about, Judd. Unfortunately.
Okay.
You're entitled to your opinion. You want to be offended? That's fine. You're a child. I don't care if you're offended. I'm just here to tell you that, be offended, think what you want. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll have a conversation with anybody on anybody's stream. I don't care, but I'm probably not one of the ones you want to drag into it because I'm not going to just, lean back and tell you what you want to fucking hear.
I just don't think I don't care is a good enough excuse for everything. You're just like, I just don't care about this. I just don't give a shit about that. Your comments don't mean anything to me.
No, I'm
I think
saying
you
I
need
so
to
I'm
understand
saying
that you're responsible for people's time, for not only being a higher up in the police force, but just by being a police officer character. Period. You're one skipping this giant ass line of Q, right? And with that comes responsibility, and with that comes you're responsible for people's time, right? And like treating people the same way you should be treating people, minus like if you want to go harder on Chain Gang or something like that. I understand that shit, but taking openings just because you see them on a lower tier criminal just seems sucky to me. And then only blowing it off with, I just don't care, but that's someone's time. That person
Alright,
could
so
have been
you're
on the train
confusing.
for
I'm
an
not
hour.
saying-
You know what I mean?
All right, my bad. I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
No, it's pretty good. I'm not trying to you know where people waste their time on the server. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying I don't care about the particular RP situation. I'm saying I don't care about your guys' opinions on it, but I'll still talk to you about it. Okay? Like, I do care about the RP situation. I care about everybody's RP scenario. Like, I honestly, here's the thing. I think it's a popular misconception for people to think that when you're doing crime or like when you're doing shit that I generally don't want you to have a good time. Like Summit, you've been RPing on the server. Like you role played with me, like on Slim, on Pred.
I don't think you're a bad
Right,
character. You know what I mean? I
but
like my
here's the
time that
thing.
I spent on your character. Yeah.
Exactly, and I do that with everybody, right? But here's the thing. Sometimes, like this. We'll focus on this situation in particular. Sometimes everybody does things that some people don't like, right? My vision, my opinion of robberies sometimes is as a cop, I want to have funny dialogue, good dialogue, serious dialogue, whatever is the mood of the atmosphere of the situation. But I also kind of want to be immersed, and I want to take everything I do seriously because that makes things more enjoyable for me. So it's I'm not like a variety streamer like you, Summit, or even Hutch. I generally love RP more than anything. Okay, and all I really want is for people to, sometimes I feel like you need to take certain things just a little bit more seriously, as it's back to this thing where you're saying, excuse me, I got a burp. It's back to the thing where you're saying respect other people's time. And I never look at calls as really being handed content because I'm not really a ping chaser cop. I'm not sure how much you know about me, but I'm kind of I really like to go out and do my own kind of shit. But
you're like Wrangler, right?
I think that I think it's being respectable of the police's time to take yourself seriously. And I think it's being respectable as the police towards the crims to take what they're doing seriously. And that's really all I think about the situation. Now, here's the thing, right? I just believe that if you disagree with what I did, that's fine. You can talk about it all you want. You can try and make me look like I'm some kind of asshole. I don't really care. But I stand by it. Your opinions, you can talk about them all you want. Say how, I'm an RP denier, didn't extend role play, whatever. All right, that's fine. But at the end of the day, that's a two-way street. It's a two-way street for sure.
Understandable. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a prick. I hope you don't think like, you know,
I mean,
like,
I generally like you and I
respect
like
your
your
guys'
character. I
opinions.
just think this was handled in a different way than I would have liked it handled. Yeah.
I think it's
See, I really wish you guys would just like play cop and
But I have
You
played
know,
cop. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I think you were a good cop. Like,
I would.
just play cop and see if you guys can make the change.
Yeah,
And
I
I
would.
don't know why you're not allowed to play a cop, Judd. I think you should be allowed to play cop. You obviously have the knowledge, but if you don't
maybe,
like something,
maybe I just reach out at the wrong times.
maybe I mean I don't know who you reach out to.
I'm not gonna name drop on stream.
Maybe they just don't take you serious enough, Judd. You doofus.
It could be.
I mean,
that's true. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, Judd's a good guy, man. I don't see why he wouldn't be a good cop.
now I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting this. I didn't know that you guys were having a whole thing. I just messaged Hutch and he told me about
Yeah.
this and I saw it. So
Yeah, I mean,
Like I
At the
said,
end
we
of the
weren't exactly
day-
stoked to see it. I was pretty heated about it, to be honest with you, because like I said, if I was her and a cop shot me like that, I'd be pretty fucking pissed. I'd be livid, actually. I would say some shit.
I mean,
I'd be.
Makes you feel any
upset.
better, Kyle. I got interrogated just like you.
that's
I
fine.
mean,
And I
think
recall
people
like
forget,
being
though-
nonchalant all the time around cops. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how much do you want the individual cop to just be making decisions?
Well,
for
right now
themselves?
it's also understanding that cops are being shot like in mass right now on the
I
server.
mean, you guys are also winning
that's
every
kind
single
of-
gunfight in known demand, though. We haven't won a gunfight.
Bro,
against
I'm
you
not
guys in
gonna lie
weeks.
about you. We are fucking shut up.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's
easy though when you got those numbers.
yo, Summit, how you gonna get clapped up? The one time I was talking trash to you like that, bro. Didn't you put your gun
Bro,
away?
you know,
man.
I
heard
learned
about
I
that.
learned some new
I heard about
secrets
that, man.
after that though that nobody
Oh,
had
you
told me
did?
before. Yeah, some like
Oh,
ways
okay.
to kind of like minimize that problem. Like
yeah.
I
Have your
didn't
gun
know
out
that
before you
going.
get out.
Well, I didn't. Well, there's no way to figure out how, right? So I learned ways on how to figure that out.
Yeah.
With the
yeah,
pistol,
yeah,
you can
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of tell, but with
Yep,
the rifle, you
yep.
can't. And people told
No.
me like there's a couple ways. One, if you go into your pockets, it'll
yeah.
100%
go
put your
out and
gun
then pull
away,
it out.
and then you can
Yep.
pull it out again. And then even if you
That's
just
what I
go into
do.
your pockets and hit use on your gun, it'll
Yep.
also be pulled out. So I was like, okay, that'll help
Yep.
me later.
Yep.
But yeah, that's
Yep,
why I
yep,
got clapped up. It's literally, I thought I didn't
Come on,
have my
man.
gun out. Then my guy pulled his
Come
gun
on,
out,
man.
and I had already fucking registered the button for my guy to put it away. So he put it
Yeah.
away again. I was looking like a dumbass.
Come on, man. You
Yeah, it
already
was
know
rough.
GTA is a terrible shooter, man. All
That's-
right,
dude, I
I'm
can't
jumping
succeed
out
in
of
this
here.
game.
I think the conversation's over.
Yeah, it's
so
done.
I'll see you
Yeah,
guys
I'm gonna
later.
go to bed
It's done.
myself.
Jeez, I'm gonna play
Hey,
Valorant.
Kyle, mad love, bro. Always good to be around you, bro. Oh, he's out.
Valorant
Deuces.
time.
Wait, where'd he go? I'm not done with you, you stupid ass bitch.
He just took off, man.